Hi guys, welcome back to 24-hour markets. We're looking at the price action over the last 24 hours. As always, subscribe and like the video. Okay, let's get straight into it. Looking at F, looking at the downtrend from all-time high, around about 1450, all the way down to where we are now, very close to that linear trend line. If that breaks, then we're going to see some immediate upside. I personally like the way the chart is looking at the moment. The RSI is set, ready for a move. So everything looking good with F Bitcoin recovering slightly. Bitcoin today making a decline straight back down from where it was just a few hours ago. So a couple of hours ago, testing support around about the 11,000 region, 11,100, coming straight back off that for the next few hours. We're now testing that trend line again. So it was testing it 11,100, we're now testing it again. The RSI looks good at the moment, around about 55. I like that for some upside, particularly when we've got to break that trend line with some serious convincing volume. Looking at the fib lines on Bitcoin, then it's really good to use on the daily chart because Bitcoin obeys the fib extensions quite well. So all the way down from the bottom at 6,000, coming off of the 0.382 fib line, which is round about 11,328, dropping all the way back down to the 0.236 fib line, which was 9264, hanging around there for a few days, and then the last 3 days making another gun towards the 0.382 fib line, again 11,300. If that breaks, the next fib line would be 0.5, and that's 12,900, and that would also break the downtrend. So really critical area for Bitcoin at the moment. You may have noticed in the podcast yesterday when I mentioned Amis Go going to make a run towards $20. Amis Go, against Bitcoin, broke out of a very key resistance and an ascending triangle. So the 6 hour and the daily have closed above that now, coming back down to retest the support at the top of the ascending triangle, and yeah, it went up to $21. So that's a good increase over the last few days. Amis Go hodlers and traders very profitable over the last 3 or 4 days. Obviously today is just calming down slightly. So once it tests the support, which it was resistance, once it tests the support, if there's a convincing bounce there, then yeah, Amis Go ready for a charge, I think. Alt at the moment in general not looking great on the charts, to be honest with you. Everyone talking about alt season, not that many alts looking at good buys. People are still optimistic about their alts. There's been no capitulation stage at the moment. So very important to keep an eye on what you're invested in. Just because people on Twitter are saying that alts are going to go, alts are going to blast, then it's not to say that it's definitely going to happen. We all want alt season, that's a given, but Bitcoin's looking shaky. That's the lifeblood of the market. Bitcoin shaky, alts aren't going to perform as well as they can. So we really want Bitcoin to break that downtrend, and we want our alts to start, picking up some steam, picking up some volume. There's obviously a lot of fiat waiting on the sidelines as well. So once the volume gets back, and we can definitely start to see some runs that a lot of you will not have experienced yet, getting into the late end of last year. The start of 2017 was absolutely crazy. Things just went mental. So we could be in for a repeat of the alt season, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. Let's see where we are in a couple of weeks. I mentioned Bitcoin against F, that channel. Still at the bottom of that channel, dithering along. Has lost a bit of momentum against Ethereum. So you can buy. You can trade 1 BCH for 1.42 Ethereum at the moment. Was at 1.6 a few days ago. It's taken a tumble, so we might be looking down to test that channel again, which is around about 1.25. If it bounces off again, then maybe we can see a strong rally. But yeah, I've got some BCH, hoping to pick up some more Ethereum in the future weeks. That's a longer term play for me, since it's at the bottom of that channel that I've identified. The RSI is round about the 40s, so there is still some way for that to go down and for it to go up. So I'm not sure which way is it going to go at the moment. I've got my stop loss tight in case it does start capitulating lower than the trend line, but obviously Ethereum is a bit shaky as well because it's not breaking the line down from the all-time high. That's all I've really got to say on the matter today. Bit of a bloody day, minus 1%, 2%, 3%. That's not really bloody, to be fair, but yeah, nothing really making any movements today. The Z Classic fork for Bitcoin private, oh, what a mare. You really got to have your plan for that. If you held the snapshot, if you look at the candles on Bittrex, it's just laughable. People telling you, it's going to moon after the snapshot. People are only holding Z Classics to get their Bitcoin private, and people were dumping their Z Classic straight away, and that is exactly what we saw. So if you were one of the people that was in on Z Classics just for the Bitcoin private, or if you were in on it because you got caught up in the pump, then you've really been taught a lesson there. So make sure you don't make the same mistake next time. Okay guys, thank you very much for listening. Let's do it again tomorrow, and let's see if Bitcoin and Ethereum can break out of these downtrend channels.